Hi everyone, Brandon Berry here from Buffalo Sports Insider. Pleased to be with you as always. Let's get right into it. Turf, turf, turf. It continues to be an issue around the NFL, and in recent weeks, the debate has just been reignited, beginning with Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers' high-profile Achilles injury on the turf at MetLife Stadium. 48 hours after the injury, NFL Players Association Executive Director Lloyd Howell issued a statement from the union directly to the NFL requesting an immediate and universal change in stadium surfaces across the league. In April, current NFLPA President Jim Treader wrote an open letter to the NFL based on data that concluded artificial turf is significantly harder on the body than grass, stressing the fact that players have a higher rate of non-contact lower extremity injuries when playing on artificial turf versus playing on artificial grass. Just last week against the Dolphins, fans witnessed Buffalo Star cornerback Trey White's devastating, season-ending, non-contact Achilles injury on Highmark Stadium's artificial turf. This week, at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, Bills CB Taron Johnson nearly suffered a serious non-contact injury on turf that is not even original to the stadium. Tottenham's actual field is grass. Johnson was very vocal about this issue immediately following the game, saying that the turf was terrible to play on and he was having difficulty planting his feet. Coach Sean McDermott, Josh Allen, Von Miller are also among several players who have outright supported the NFLPA's call for universal grass fields. But during a virtual news conference on September 12th, NFL Executive Vice President of Communications Jeff Miller was quoted as saying, "Because an injury happens on a surface doesn't mean that it's actually caused by the surface, and in this case, we haven't seen a data difference for Achilles injuries." Miller also pointed to data that suggested the differences are inconsequential since there are also lower extremity injuries on grass surfaces as well. There are players, however, on record, like Jacksonville quarterback Trevor Lawrence and Dallas linebacker Micah Parsons, who are either indifferent or pro-turf. And there is also reasonable evidence to suggest that because of stadiums being located in varying climates, universal grass fields would be harder to maintain and therefore pose risk for even more injury. The NFL narrative asserts turf fields are preferred because they are cheaper and much easier to replace and maintain. There is a clear standoff happening between the NFL and the NFLPA, with the NFL potentially facing backlash from players if they continue to hesitate on a resolution. But the truth of the matter is that the NFL simply doesn't have an incentive to change the fields universally. They are well aware that a player is unlikely to walk away from the game and their contracts because some fields are grass and some fields are turf. As evidenced by NFL executive Jeff Miller's response, the NFL has the advantage in this conversation, and despite actual data and pleas from players, the NFL will continue to push back on the data and take the stance that neither turf or grass is safer than the other, which has effectively led to a standstill in negotiations. Until there is enough evidence and data for the NFL to overwhelmingly and universally conclude that turf is more dangerous than grass, the players have no choice but to play on both and risk injury if they believe the turf is unsafe. We want to hear what you think. Leave us a comment and let's take the conversation further. Once again, I'm Brandon Berry from Buffalo Sports Insider, and thanks for watching.